And as usual, we'll be having enlightening, informative, and educating conversations today. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell your landlord to tell the mechanic to tell his enemy that the recap has now begun. And this comes to you live from our studios in Lagos, Nigeria, every Saturday from 4 until 6 p.m. Like I said, here we have enlightening, informative, educating conversations that you should know about. We talk about news, we talk about issues that made major headlines during the week, and of course we try to dissect and analyze each of those topics. As usual, I will begin by giving you a very brief rundown of the topics which we'll be discussing today. If you're just joining us, not to worry, you haven't missed a thing. The recap has just begun. Today on the recap, we'll be discussing petrol scarcity and its causes. So in case you've been sitting or standing in few queues for a long time for the past few days, the NNPC has given you a reason why this is happening. And the reason is not far-fetched. Honestly, if you've been blaming the NNPC, it might be time to unblame them, because the NNPC came out to say this week that rain, lightning, and thunderstorms caused the petrol scarcity in Nigeria. Wow. That is, all of these things, they are natural. So it's not as if the NNPC meant for petrol to be scarce, but rain, lightning, and thunderstorms. These are some of the reasons why petrol is scarce. So in case you're standing in a fuel queue right now, sitting in your car in a fuel queue right now waiting to buy fuel, you've been there for 2 hours and it's not yet your turn, it's not the fault of NNPC, the sole importer of petroleum products to the country. It's not their fault at all. It is the fault of rain, lightning, and thunderstorms, which are all natural occurrences. So no good vex for NNPC. Chief Edwin Clark saying Wike must leave PDP for the party to survive. There is a new development. I wouldn't say on this particular case, because the PDP has come out to say that with all the calls for Wike to be expelled or to be suspended from the party, that there has been no evidence that he was involved in anti-party activities. So are Nigerians crying more than the bereaved? If the PDP is saying we leave him for us like that, we like him in our party, you can't save who doesn't want to be saved. From River State, we'll be heading to the north, where a group of prominent political leaders from the north emerged, named the League of Northern Democrats. They've said they will convene a strategic summit to revive the north's political and economic place in Nigeria. And finally, we have the ruling All Progressives Congress saying 10 Goodluck Jonathans joined together will not, cannot, can never defeat President Tinubu in 2027. Again, the APC is saying 10 Goodluck Jonathans combined together will not, cannot, should not, dare not, in fact, cannot and will not defeat President Tinubu in 2027. Anyway, all this is a conversation we'll be having right here on the recap today. Like I said, the program takes place every Saturday on your favorite dial, Voice of the People 90.3 FM, from 4 to 6 p.m. every weekend. And at the 5 p.m. mark, the phone lines will be open for you to share your thoughts, your ideas, your opinions, and your suggestions on everything which we'll be discussing today. Welcome to the recap. On the other side of the table, I have my analyst in the studios with me today. You know him, some of you love him, and some of you don't. He's Mr. Peter Anosuke, acclaimed author, journalist, a best-selling author, acclaimed journalist, as well as a business development executive and a political, social, and a national affairs analyst. He's a man who wears many hats. You know him. Like I said, some of you love him and some of you don't. But he's the one we have today for the analysis segment, for the analysis on the recap, right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Welcome. Happy weekend to you. How are you doing today?
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, then. Welcome to the recap again. As usual, let's delve into the conversation. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited and NPCL had this week blamed fuel scarcity the fuel scarcity that has led to long queues in filling stations nationwide. It blamed it to recent rains, lightning, and thunderstorms. Now, the NNPCL's Vice President of Downstream, Dakbo Shegun, actually said this at a conference at the NNPC Towers in Abuja. Now, we do know that so many fuel queues have resurfaced around the country. Car owners are spending long hours in queues. Black marketers are having a fuel day. Fuel is being sold for as much as over 1,000 naira per litre by black marketers, at least in Lagos, and outside Lagos is being sold for that amount by filling stations, right? Now, Mr. Dakbo Shegun, who is the NNPCL's Vice President of Downstream, came out to apologize to Nigerians for the queues springing up across the country, and he said the NNPC will not like to make excuses, so right, but that the recent weather conditions has caused a lull, has hampered the sufficient distribution of fuel across the country, and it's beyond NNPC's control. But he has assured that everything possible will be done to manage the situation. Now, recall that this was said on Tuesday. As at today, transportation, the cost of transportation has doubled for many routes here in Lagos, and people are still queuing. When you're in traffic these days, by the time you get to the front and realize what's causing the traffic, you realize it's because many cars are parked by the side of the roads trying to get into the filling stations to get fuel. Fuel powers our daily lives. Mr. Anoski, I just want to understand, how exactly does weather conditions lead to fuel scarcity? Is it that the thunderstorms is making the fuel dry up in the filling stations, or dry up at the ports, or dry up at the crude oil from the ground is drying up? Or I really don't understand. I mean, for those who do not understand this, what some people have called excuses, how exactly are rain, lightning, and thunderstorms causing petrol scarcity in Nigeria?
You know, somebody said that you shouldn't confuse education with intelligence. That somebody can have a PhD and still be an idiot. So, if he is sure that it is rain, lightning, and thunder that is causing it, why apologize? So he shouldn't have apologized, because you don't apologize for what you are not the cause of. He should have told the Nigerians, hold the rain, thunderstorm, and the lightning responsible. It is not us, but rain. Now, to show actually that it is rain, that's why the GMD of NNPCL, Medekaria, is currently in Saudi Arabia on a private visit, because what is happening in Nigeria does not concern him. So Nigerians should hold the rain responsible. Somebody called from Ibadan and said that he bought 880. Somebody called again and said that he bought 930. And the group managing director of NNPCN has to abandon Nigeria and go to Saudi Arabia for prayers. Maybe he went to pray, let rain stop disturbing distribution of fuel. Because yesterday he sent a lot of pictures that's on the social media where he was in Saudi Arabia. He said that he went to pray. Maybe the God of rain is in Saudi Arabia. He has gone there to pray so that there will be no more rain. So when rain stop, lightning stop, and the thunder stop, Nigeria will begin to have fuel in the filling stations.
All right, let's actually look at the explanation of rain, lightning, and thunderstorms cause petrol scarcity in the country. Now, the NNPCL executive was speaking. That's the Vice President of Downstream, Dakbo Shegun, actually explained, right, that with the rain, there are situations where they want to discharge petroleum products and there is rain or there is lightning or there are thunderstorms, and they have to suspend that. Not just the discharging of petroleum products onshore, but also evacuating from tankers. It's saying when the weather conditions are like this, these are the situations that they have experienced in recent times, and when the weather situations are like this, it is difficult for them to discharge petroleum products.
Excuse me, is it under Tinubu administration that we begin to see rain in this country? Is it under the APC administration that we begin to see lightning and thunder in this country? Before, from the creation of the world, there have been rain, there have been lightning, there have been all those stuff. Why is it now that we are getting these excuses that the rain is now stopping distribution of fuel? At least under Obasanjo, rain were falling and we used to have fuel at the filling stations. Under Yar'Adua, rain was falling and we used to have fuel that's at the filling station. So rain should now stop falling because Tinubu is now in government. Is that? That's why I said that somebody can have a PhD and still be an idiot. Because even a 5-year-old boy cannot give this thing as an excuse. That rain is falling, that's why there's a scarcity of fuel.
So you're saying that the excuse is not good enough? Because how are they going to offload petroleum products when rain is falling?
Is it the first time that we're having rains in the country? Is it the first time that rain begins to fall in the country? No, that's answer it. Since you were born, have you ever heard that the rain stopped fuel distribution? Have you ever heard that because of rain, we cannot, because of an era where anything goes? And these people would think that Nigerians are stupid, that we can believe anything, including that rain, lightning and thunder is the cause of this fuel scarcity. As if rain just begin to fall under the Tinubu administration.
If all of these weather conditions are not the cause of this petrol scarcity, then what is?
What is? It is their incompetence. It is their gross incompetence. It is the insensitivity of the GMD of NNPCL, who is having fire on his roof and he left it and go to Saudi Arabia on a prayer. Because if the man is thinking, there's no way, if the man is sensitive, there's no way we can be having a fuel scarcity in the country and he will abandon Nigeria and go to Saudi Arabia. So does rain don't fall in Saudi Arabia? Does it cause fuel scarcity? Does rain don't fall in other countries? Does it lead to fuel scarcity? So it is unfortunate that this is happening at this time in this country. It is very, very unfortunate.
As it is now, how long are we going to have to suffer from this petrol scarcity? Because this has lingered for about a week now or more, and it doesn't look like it's stopping anytime soon. If they said they are working on it and still people have to queue for hours to get petrol, people have to pay double transportation, the price of getting a passport in Nigeria has just been increased. It's like there are increases on every side, and one thing that's not increasing is the way people live. Like, if people can live better. I'm trying to remember the word for it now. One thing that has not actually improved is the quality of life of Nigerians. That has not increased. But everything, the prices of food items, the prices of transportation, the price of drugs, everything is increasing, and now fuel is scarce.
The truth is, assuming that the Tinubu administration has a way of taxing Nigeria on the air that we breathe, he would have done that. He would have done that so that to get money because they don't have that intelligence to grow the economy. So the only way that they have been managing that to run this business is taxing and borrowing. So asking me when would this queues stop? That question should be directed to the GMD of NPCL when he comes back from Saudi Arabia, because he has gone there that to pray so that the rain will stop hindering distribution of fuel. So if he comes, he will tell us what God has told him, and when God tells him that rain will stop, for us to start having fuel again.
So you talked about multiple taxation on Nigerians at this moment, and all of this taxes.
If there's any way he can tax air that we breathe, he will have done it immediately.
The question is, all of these taxes, and yet Nigerians have to provide the barest of the basic amenities for themselves.
Well, Nigeria is like overfed parents on starving children. That is the situation that we are in Nigeria. Overfed parents presiding over hungry children and still squeezing those children to become more hungry. That's why Tinubu has just to breathe in briefly, swear in the CGN and out back to France. Why Nigerians are sleeping on petrol, that's at the petrol stations. And I can say that some people are really getting what they voted for.
When you say some people are getting what they voted for, did they know it would be like this?
Some people are really getting what they voted for.
You're listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. I'm your host. My name is Chioma Innocent, and we've been discussing the NNPCL's Vice President of Downstream, that was Segun, saying earlier this week that rain, lightning, and thunderstorms cause petrol scarcity in the country. Some people have called this a very laughable excuse. We'll be moving on to our second topic this evening, and that is Chief Edwin Clark, leader of the Pan-Niger Delta Forum, PANDEF, saying Nyesom Wike, who is the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, needs to leave the PDP alone for the party to survive. Now, in an open letter to the acting chairman of the PDP, Umar Damagum, Chief Clark said he would not allow Wike to destroy the country's main opposition party and River State. He also alleged that Wike is ready to use his closeness to the president to exert his influence on River State. Earlier today, in a statement, the People's Democratic Party has actually said that Wike, there's been no evidence that Wike was involved in anti-party activity.
Who said that in PDP?
And just give me a moment, please. And then calls for his suspension and his expulsion. At this moment, he hasn't done anything to warrant that.
Who said that in PDP? Whoever said that is an enemy of PDP and an enemy of Nigeria. Who said that?
Why are they an enemy? I mean, this is the party. These are party
Who said
matters.
that? Who is the person? Mention who said that.
Are you a member of the PDP?
Mention who said that.
The Deputy National Public Secretary of the party, Ibrahim Abdullahi.
He is an enemy of PDP and an enemy of Nigeria.
How is he an enemy of the country? If you talk about the party, you know you're not a member of the party. But if you feel that Wike is engaged in anti-party activities and the party feels that they are okay with him, shouldn't you, as someone from outside looking in, be okay with it?
That person
spoke his mind, not the mind of the PDP.
Spoke his mind. I've been in this country. I was around in 2023. I saw what Wike did. Wike worked against the presidential candidate of his party. How else do you explain anti-party activities? How else can you explain anti-party activities when somebody worked against the presidential candidate of his own party?
But wouldn't it be crying more than the bereaved if the party is up till now, even if it's not just this deputy national publicity secretary of the party, even the chairman of the party has not said anything, and Wike continues to be a member of the party? So from the outside looking in, why does it seem that, the people are championing? Even Chief Edwin Clark himself, is he a member of the PDP? And he's calling for this. He's speaking his own opinion. The same way you've said the national publicity secretary is speaking his opinion and not he's not a voice of the party. Isn't that the same thing you're doing right now? Speaking your opinion, saying, he should be expelled, he should be suspended. But if the party doesn't want to, can you force their hand?
The chairman of PENDEF spoke like a statesman, because you cannot have democracy and there's no opposition. So opposition is part and parcel of any democratic government. So if you don't want the opposition, then we shouldn't have a democracy. Therefore, there must be opposition, and I'm in support of opposition. So whoever said that Wike was not involved in anti-party activities is a liar. It's a liar, because Wike worked against Atiku in Rivers State, and Atiku is the presidential candidate of his own party. Wike is saying that Tinubu is going to win in 2027, and we
carrying member. Do you align with the values and ideas of the party?
I say you cannot have a democratic government without an opposition party.
I heard that and I understand it. But right now, you feel that there is a crisis within the party because Wike worked against the presidential candidate. Even Atiku himself has not come out to say, Wike should be expelled for working against me. If the party feels that they are okay with having him in their camp.
Atiku is far more matured than Wike. Comparing Atiku and Wike is like comparing God and man. So
this is not
Atiku is matured.
It's not a comparison. I'm saying Atiku against
because me. He is matured. Because he is matured.
Is that to say he's expecting the party to do that without him having to call them out?
They say smart people knows how to talk. Wise men know how to keep quiet. So Atiku is a wise man. Atiku is a wise man. So you cannot compare the two at all. You can't. So Wike should leave PDP because he is an enemy of the party.
All right, now
he is a rattlesnake in the party.
Now he doesn't want to
And for there to be opposition, Wike shouldn't be in PDP. That's what the chairman of PANDEF is talking about. He's talking about having a viable democracy, and you cannot have a viable democracy when there's no opposition.
All right.
And Wike doesn't want the opposition. Wike wants an easy ride for Tinubu in 2027, but it is not going to happen. It is not going to happen.
Okay. As understandable as that is, right? And that's why I brought up the issue of the PDP saying there is no substantial evidence, no substantial proof of anti-party activities. You've said this is the opposition. It is the position that is the opinion of the person who said it and not the opinion of the PDP as a whole. But he did say that the disciplinary committee, which is headed by Chief Tom Ikimi, would invite Nyesom Wike for questioning. Right, and that the National Working Committee of the party will be banned. There is no substantial proof that he's done anything wrong or he was involved in anti-party activities. Then why invite him for these questioning in the first place?
Ask yourself that question.
All right. As much as Chief Edwin Clark has come out, you say he is speaking like a statesman.
He's
saying what
like
he should, and he spoke well. Right. He's made the calls. Other people have made the calls, including you. Wike is not ready to leave the party. He's made no indication to leave the party.
Because he is there on a mission.
The party from themselves have not seen it fit to expel him.
From the presidency, he is there to destroy PDP so that the APC will have an easy ride in 2027. But I'm assuring Wike it is not going to happen.
If you feel that is the case, why is it that the PDP is not seeing what you seem to be seeing?
In the fullness of time, you will see it.
So you're fully expecting that before 2027, Wike will no longer be a member.
In the fullness of time, you will see.
You are expecting that before 2027, Wike will no longer be a member of the People's Democratic Party.
Before 2026.
Before 2026, not even 2027.
Before 2026.
All right.
His evil agenda in PDP will expire before 2026.
As much as that is right. it is your own personal opinion. The PDP has not seen it fit to expel him up till now. If Wike is doing something and the party is not seeing it,
Damagu is a stooge working for APC.
If the PDP in Rivers State,
Damagu will go. Watch it. Damagu will go. Bodo Judge will go. Wike will go. These are APC agents in PDP. Has Bodo Judge ever delivered his polling booth for PDP? Has Bodo Judge ever delivered his word for PDP? So these are agents who go that's in the night and have their meetings and come out that's in the day.
You called a few names. These are not the only people in the PDP. These are not the only heavyweights in the PDP. You have people in PDP in Rivers State. If all of these people come together, won't their voices be louder than all of these few people who you've mentioned are working against the party? Because it seems that the loudest voices now are coming from outside the compound. Those inside the compound seem to be okay with it. So why does it seem that the loudest voices are coming from those outside the party?
It is only the agents of APC in PDP that are comfortable with what is happening. But in the fullness of time, they will be swept away. In the fullness of time, they will be swept away.
Okay, you've given a timeline saying that would definitely be before 2026. And I know this is quite a touchy topic for you because you've reiterated over and over again that Nyesom Wike is not a man that you have any iota of trust in. But at the end of the day, don't you think it actually behoves the party to come out and say, oh, we're expelling him, we're bringing him in for questioning, we're suspending him, or we're sanctioning him? I'm standing on the fact that if the party is not ready, you can't go and force Wike out of the PDP.
I say Wike will be forced out of PDP. That is even that in PDP will expire.
When did that evil agenda start? Before President Bola Tinubu started campaigning to become president of the country under the APC? Or has Wike always worked against the PDP even during Buhari's time? Or when did that start?
If you had followed, Wike was the person that made the PDP presidential candidate to be open. PDP naturally one
is having with Fubara.
Wike did what?
That he brought the PDP forward to greater limelight
PDP.
No, not just brought. Like he's a very strong member of the party in Rivers State.
PDP has always been a strong party in Rivers State. Peter Ordine, the first governor of PDP in 1919, the governor of Rivers State was in PDP. Chubudum Nwuche, deputy speaker, was from Rivers State. Rotimi Amechi, who succeeded Ordine, run under PDP. So PDP is traditionally, Rivers State is traditionally a PDP state. Rivers State is traditionally a PDP state. So Wike did not add anything to PDP in Rivers State. He just inherited what Ordinary and others this thing, understand, built. So saying that he made the PDP forced to be reckoned with. PDP has always been forced to be reckoned with. Even in 2007, Ordinary should have run as a VP. So Wike added nothing to Rivers PDP.
And from all indications, you just cannot wait to see him leave the PDP. And when he does, you fully expect him to be integrated into the APC.
I don't care where he goes.
As long as he leaves the PDP.
I don't care where he goes.
To go a little bit personal, my question is, I understand you have a grouse with Wike because you believe he's not a man of integrity, but you're not a member of the PDP. Why do you care what happens there?
I said there must be opposition. Opposition must not be stumbled upon.
In previous conversations, you've also said that all political parties have a strategy of infiltration where they send a member to go into another party, gather information, and then give it back to them. So why is it?
Understand me? But Wike is in the agenda of Wike in PDP is to kill PDP. And PDP, as of today, is the main opposition party. We cannot have a democracy without opposition. So that's my ground. That's my concern. That's my interest.
All right, then. You're listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. The voice you've been listening to belongs to Mr. Peter Anosike. He is a political, social, and national affairs analyst. My name is Choma Innocent, and I am your host. Let's move on to topic number 3. A group of prominent political leaders from the North emerged earlier in the week and named the League of Northern Democrats. They said they will convene a strategic summit to revive the northern region's political and economic place in Nigeria. Now, the group also declared its intention to unite and reposition the North as a leading force in Nigeria's political landscape. It also revealed that its general concern is the development of northern Nigeria, saying it does not represent the interest of anybody. Now, this group consists of 226 members. It was led by the former governor of Kano State, Ibrahim Shekarau, as its interim chairman. We have Umar Ado as the convener and Honorable Emmanuel Jimmy as its interim secretary. The group comprises former governors, federal lawmakers, and businessmen. Now, as much as one might say it is good for people from the same region to come together to try to develop their region, but when they say they want to convene a strategic summit to revive the northern region's political and economic place in Nigeria, how do you see that? Because there are people who actually feel that the North has a very strong hold when it comes to politics in Nigeria. So what they mean by they want to revive the political and economic place?
One. Let us start with it is their civic right to do so. It is their constitutional right to do so because our constitution says freedom of association. Understand? So people have that constitutional right to come together. That is what they are exercising. People have that right to come together. That's what they are exercising. So there's nothing bad about it. On the other hand, North at this point in time is feeling hot. Not at this point in time are feeling hot because it is not what they expect, what they foresee that they understand me that is happening now. They thought that they are going to benefit much from the present administration, but they are not seeing it. So when things are not going the way you want it, it is human to do what? Re-strategize. So that's what they are doing at this point in time. That is the purpose of the meeting. So, and nothing stops that the Southwest from also forming a League of Southwest Democrats. Nothing stops that the Southeast or forming the League of Southeast Democrat. It is constitutional right. Freedom of association is part of is a fundamental human right. So personally, I don't see anything bad about it.
The question is, when they say they want to reposition or revive the northern region's political and economic place, right? As much as you say the North has a grouse with the presidency right now because it's not getting what it should, since the president got most of his votes from there. Our previous president was a Northerner and he ruled. He was in power for 8 years. Does the North not actually have that political stronghold? That's the question. Because you revive something that is almost dead and not something that is actually healthy and standing strong.
Now there's a hemorrhage in the North. Understand? Because, as I said before, what they expected is not what they are seeing now. So they have to re-strategize. It is a human thing to know because you cannot keep on doing the same thing and expect a different result. Maybe since they feel that they are not benefiting from this present administration, they have to look for other ways to to begin to benefit.
And how would this league benefit them actually?
Well, politics is about what? Numbers. Politics is about interest. So when people come together, they say people united can never be defeated. They are coming together, and when people come together, they become stronger.
All right, then. You're listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. The voice you've been hearing belongs to Mr. Peter Anosike, and my name is Chioma Innocent. I'm your host. We'll be taking this program all the way until 6 p.m. I've said that exactly the 5 p.m. mark. The phone lines will be open so that you can share your thoughts, your ideas, your suggestions on everything that we have discussed today as well. Well, Voice of the People, your opinion means the most to us. Before we proceed, I'd like to share something with you, and I would say it's something amazing. So, the International Day of the Girl Child is coming up, and that will be on October 11 this year. Of course, it is an annual event by the United Nations. October 11 is a day designated by the United Nations to celebrate the girl child. So International Day of the Girl Child is coming up, and myself, in conjunction with Voice of People 90.3 FM and a few other wonderful people, will like to visit a few schools here in Lagos, Nigeria, to share a few amazing things with young girls in schools. Speak to them about being a girl child in Nigeria, speak to them about how to conduct themselves, and speak to them about several different things that they need to know about. One thing that is surely affecting many girls in Nigeria, of course in the world, in Lagos, Nigeria, in other regions in the country right now, is period poverty. Period poverty is a thing that you can't even deny, is there. The prices of things are skyrocketing right now. Everything is so expensive. If you couldn't afford a sanitary towel, a sanitary pad 1 year ago, you definitely cannot afford it now, because the price has doubled. It has even tripled in certain places. And so I'm soliciting your help. I'm soliciting your aid and your assistance to help curb, at least to the extent that we can, period poverty on International Day of the Girl Child. Yes, that will be on October 11. I'm asking you to, in your own little way, support Voice of the People 90.3 FM and support me, Chioma Innocent, support Woman Angle, yes, in fighting against period poverty on International Day of the Girl Child. And you can do that by donations. You can donate sanitary towels, you can donate money, you can donate anything you think is good for the girl child to have. You can donate books that talk about helping the girl child. All of this would actually really help. So yes, that event will be coming up on October 11. For more inquiries, what you need to do is send a text message to 0905 516 7293. Yes, for more inquiries on what we plan to do for International Day of the Girl Child on October 11, please send a text message to 0905 516 7293. That's 0905 516 7293. 0905 516 7293. You can also shoot me a message on WhatsApp, and I'll send the number to you. Just send a text message to that number, and you can get the account to donate to. You can also, like I said, you can donate books that talk about, that would really help the girl child. You can donate money. You can donate sanitary towels, you can donate pads, you can donate lip balms, you can donate anything you think will help the girl child, and of course we'll really appreciate it. We want to do something wonderful for a few schools, a few secondary schools right here in Lagos, and we need your help and your support. Still on the recap, we have one more topic to go before we open the phone lines to hear from you. All right, and that is the All Progressives Congress mocking the PDP over reports of their plan to field the former President Goodluck Jonathan as their presidential candidate in the 2027 presidential election. Now, of course, during the week, there were reports that some northern elites and some politicians who are currently displeased with the presidency, displeased with President Bola Tinubu's administration, they've been calling for Goodluck Jonathan to return to the presidency. But the APC has said the opposition is showing signs of desperation. The APC has said it's giving desperation, is giving desperation. Now, in an interview with journalists, the national director of publicity for the party, that's Bala Ibrahim, has warned that if Jonathan should accept to run against Tinubu on the platform of the PDP in the next election, he would taste what they called the bitter pill of defeat again. He said, we did it before, we can do it again. I mean, PDP, how will you people want to bring a former president to come and president again? It's giving desperation. It's giving you don't have anybody substantial in your party. And what the APC has said is, even if you bring 10 Dr. Jonathans together, they cannot and will not defeat President Tinubu in 2027. So, Mr. Noske, many people have talked about the power of incumbency, and of course, every president wants to go for 2 terms. If the PDP, is it a good idea for the PDP to be thinking of fielding Goodluck Jonathan again? Is it something he would accept? And if he does, are there any chances, no matter how slight, that he can win against the incumbent president?
He said that 10 of Jonathan cannot beat Tinubu in 2027, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yes. But I want to tell Nigerians that half of Jonathan, I'm not talking of one, half of Jonathan will beat Tinubu in 2027. I'm not talking of one Jonathan, but half of Jonathan will beat Tinubu in 2027. If Tinubu and Jonathan are to contest 2027 presidential elections, it's going to be 37-0. We have 36 states and the FCT making it 36.
Like, even on the show, every Saturday, when people call and talk about, oh, there is hunger in the land, there's suffering in the land, aren't there people who call to defend the policies of the current administration? Are there not? And that is to say that no matter what happens, the president will always have his supporters. Any president, any politician will always have his supporters.
I'm asking, let us start from here. If they give you vote in 2027, will you vote Jonathan?
I'm the host. I'm the one that will be asking you questions and you will be answering. And that's why I'm using an example of what happens on this show every day. Every Saturday. You have people who always call in and say, oh, you people are blowing things out of proportion and all that. So based on his precedent, based on what he's done before. So not just on sentiment.
Excuse me. Those calling in support of Tinubu, that's what Fenda called suffering and smiling. Because they don't have their own separate market. They don't have their own separate filling station. They don't have their own separate schools. So it's just suffering and smiling. Okay, let me just that's enlighten you that's on a thing. About 15 years ago, the Sun editor said I should go to a court to interview somebody. He gave me the person's phone number. He said if I get to a court, the person said if I get to a court, I should call. So when I got to a court and called that number, the person said I should enter a bike and come to Abaranji. That was my first time of going to Abaranji. Understand me? Okay. I was highly angry. I said, but he told me a court. He said that a court is where everybody knows that I should enter Okada to Abaranji. When I got to Abaranji, it was a remote village. No single government presence. You cannot even find no single government presence. And that's where somebody will be and be talking in favor of government.
Again.
That's where somebody will be. Excuse me. Then the one that's saying that is living at a Satellite town. I've been living in Satellite town for the past 10 years. And that person may be living somewhere in Ijegu or Waterside and be claiming Satellite town. Understand? Then who else? The one that calls from Suru, whatever, Surundere. Look, there's what is called 4 unfindable steps to meet whoever you want to meet on earth. 4 unfindable steps. It is these 4 unfindable steps that I used to go to Kenya and interview Uhuru Kenyatta. When it was these 4 unfindable steps that I used to go to South Africa and interview that the president Ramaphosa. Understand? If you go out there, I have a book titled Nigeria Billionaires and Boardroom Gurus. In that book, I interviewed more than 30 Nigeria billionaires. It is still these 4 steps that I am using. So getting Tinubu is not a difficult thing for me. Dangote can even make me up to him. But these animals,
okay,
that are conned,
that's not what we are not going to do.
They cannot even
that
get
is
to
the one that we are not going to do.
Mohammed International
Airport. You are not
Airport.
allowed to use insulting or abusive words on anybody on this show.
Okay, excuse me.
I need you to recant that. They are not animals. They are human beings like you who have brains. They have their own opinions. Do you agree?
This kind of people irritate me.
As much as I understand that,
this kind of people irritate
your personal opinions, right?
Why can't you defend the indefensible?
No, it's not about defending anybody. What I'm defending here is you have the right to say anything, but you don't have the right to insult or abuse anybody. That's what we're saying. Now back to the conversation. The conversation is, can Jonathan beat Tinubu in 2027?
I say half of Jonathan will beat Tinubu in 2027.
All right. Now you've based your argument on the fact that Nigerians are suffering so much that they just need another alternative. Abi, what about if things get better before 2027?
What are the indices?
The same thing I'm asking. What are the indices? I talked about power of incumbency. I talked about the fact that is Jonathan more popular than Tinubu now? Is he? By 2027, would he be more popular? Would he even accept the nomination in the first place? Because the man, after he left office, he probably just wants to go and rest.
If you see Tinubu in your dream now, how would you feel?
I'm the
you
interviewer here.
Blood of Jesus. You will do blood of Jesus.
No, you are not me. You don't know what will happen in my. You don't know what's going on in my head. I'm the interviewer. You are the one that will be answering my questions, not to be throwing them back at me. Okay, are we clear on that? Do we agree with that?
So
because I need to open the phone lines.
Excuse me. Now we judge by antecedents. Check Jonathan's era and check Tinubu's era. Can you compare night and darkness? Can you compare heaven and hell?
As much as that is understandable, right? You've called people and the places that they call from and saying these are probably poor people who are defending the indefensible. It's speculation because you don't know the size of these people's pockets.
I say I've been to Abaranje.
Have you been to Surulere?
I've been in Lagos. I've been in Lagos for more than 30 years.
Do you know the kind of people that live in Surulere?
I'm a journalist. There's no part of Lagos that I've not been. You know,
you've not really answered my question in the way I expect you to, because what I want you to give me are, like you said, indices, numbers, and facts. Jonathan did this and Tinubu has not done it. In 1 year, Jonathan was able to do this. Tinubu did not do it. These are the reasons why I feel he will be able to beat Tinubu in 2027.
What's the prices? And politics is about numbers. What is the standard of living of Nigerians under Jonathan and under Tinubu?
If you base your argument on that, then I can understand where you're coming from. But again, that's why I want to talk about popularity. The person in power is always more popular than the person who was there before them. After Jonathan, there was Buhari for 8 years before the APC came in. And when Nigerians want to talk about the way they're suffering, they talk about, it was from one APC person, it was from APC to APC, it was a handover from APC to APC. And so the APC can no longer blame PDP for whatever it is they feel that it has done to Nigerians. From Jonathan to Buhari, of course, things became worse, but they're not as terrible as they are now. I'm looking at 2027. 2027 is still like 3 years away.
I say there's foundation for everything. For now, there's no foundation.
Okay, you
being able to put yourself in the shoes of those that you are ruling. What we have now is an overfed father presiding over starving children.
As much as Jonathan had that compassion, there were certain people, the opposition, the APC who was opposition at that time, they were really on his neck, and not just the opposition. Many Nigerians,
not for the interest of Nigerians.
Many Nigerians who did not for the interest of Nigerians were there,
but for their own interest.
Do you see him coming back? Because they really stressed him when he was president. This is not a question of it's not just about can he be
Nigeria can now compare.
Can he come? Will he agree to come back? Do you expect President Jonathan to come back
if he can hear from me,
all the mockery that she went through in the hands of
if
Nigerians?
He can hear from me, if he can hear from me, I want him to come back, because those that mocked him are now ashamed of themselves. Those that mocked Jonathan are now ashamed of themselves. Buhari is the worst thing that Nigeria has ever heard. Buhari is the worst thing that Nigeria has ever seen. So we can now compare, and there's nothing like comparison. Put the 8 years or 9 years of APC, put the 5 or 6 years of Jonathan. Let Nigerians compare and vote. Simple. So those that are defending government are mere shoeshine hypocrites, sycophants, shoeshiners.
As much as I understand your opinion,
Suffering
don't get emotional. Don't get emotional, okay?
I'm never emotional. I'm not angry.
Yes.
I'm not angry. I'm not emotional, but I'm telling you the reality.
As much as your reality is different from another person's reality. That's what I need you to agree to understand. That your reality is different.
Imagine somebody staying at Abaranje without any government presence. Without any government presence. As I've been there.
Do you know if things have changed from when you went there?
And that's why I've never go back there.
Do you know things may have changed?
The moot area.
You need to go back and see it again to know if things have changed. And that's why somebody is comfortable. There is no.
It has turned to Singapore.
No matter how remote a place is, you always have people who are. Do you know if that is an ancestral land? Do you know if he bought all the whole plot of land in that place? So let's not look at it like that, okay? And I'm not trying to be funny, but then yes, all right. It's 2 minutes before 5 p.m. We need to take a short break. When we return, the phone lines will be open. There's been quite a number of buzzballs right here in the studio. I know many of you want to call in and share your thoughts, your opinions, your suggestions, and everything which we have discussed today, and you'll be doing that shortly. My name is Chioma Innocent. I am your host. 5 p.m. I'll be right back to hear from you. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM.
Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafday Line Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender greeters, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less.
From the views on the street,
we go to bed empty hunger,
to the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
Want to be heard? Succeed here. Want to be heard?
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president.
Voice of the people. 90.3 FM. 90.3 FM.
Unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries. Voice of the People, 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby
If you want to be heard, if you want to be heard, want to be heard, succeed. If you want to be heard, if you want to be heard, want to be heard, succeed here. Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. 90.3
full of
FM.
vigor and pressure for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things that makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less.
Welcome to the best exclusive radio station, VOP 90.3, bringing you the best mix of the best music.
And we are back. You're now tuned in to Voice of the People 90.3 FM. And this is the recap. My name is Chioma Innocent and I am your host. The conversation continues right here on the recap. It's quite hot right here in the studios, but it's okay. I go drink water when I step aside. Anyway, chat, so all of you Misanos K supporters, I can see your hand. It's okay, no worry. Just keep the messages coming in. It's now 3 minutes past 5 p.m. It's time for you to call in. Also send in your messages on WhatsApp and drop your comment on our YouTube platform. Okay, all you need to do is, if you want to watch us live in the studios, all you need to do is head on over to YouTube. Type into the search bar VOP 903 FM and you watch what's happening here in the studios live and direct. Head on over to YouTube rather. Type into the search bar VOP 903 FM and you can get to watch what's happening in the studios live and direct. The number to call to be a part of the conversation is 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. And WhatsApp is 0817 175 6338. 0817 175 6338. 0817 175 6338. On WhatsApp, call me up. I definitely want to hear from you. You're my first caller for the evening. Good evening and welcome to the recap. What's your name and location, please?
Yeah, good evening, Choma.
What's your name and location, please?
Yeah, this is Zerenali calling from Spain.
Zerenadi, welcome. Remember to keep it polite and keep it civil, okay? No shout for my head, though, because I know you.
Well, the reason is I greet Ms. Anosike.
He greets you too.
If not for them, I wouldn't have. Sometimes Nigerian media is because of the history I received. I mean, as a love of history, because of them, I listen to Miss Industry. Well, on that Boshego, it's quite unfortunate. Some people now they used to say it that some people just stitch two words together. That would make them professor. Just look at the kind of reason he's giving, excuse he's giving. Quite unfortunate. Choma, there's a time at times. Can you remember exactly when instead of PDP moved from PDP to another party, or some of them have just moved from a party just. The time that this as a PDP member, remember why?
Hello, are you there?
Yeah, exactly.
What's your question?
I said, can you remember when after the first meeting of after election, PDP had their meeting, and many of them left that party. Can you remember exactly the reason what they gave?
What was the reason?
Okay, you remember. Because sometimes the kind of question people ask, I said, is this person fall from the sky? Or is the person not in Nigeria? Because they said they did not just force week out of the party. That is why. Most of them, both some former Imo State governor. That was the reason. You see, on the Jonathan, this thing of just comparing that with I don't know how to put it. Jonathan, I remember why I just the people that is pushing for Jonathan, because of the mentality people used to have in Nigeria, that maybe if you vote under this thing now during the election, they said if you vote under Southern, the person would like to spend 8 years, and because of that, let Tinubu just clear this in the remaining 4 years. That is what this not a sellable candidate. That is why Jonathan has 4 years to run. That is why people are pushing for Andy. Jonathan with Tinubu, Jonathan will clear every state. That is what I will tell you.
Okay.
So have a great day.
Thank you so much. Great to you too.
Analysts. Okay, take care.
Thank you so much. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to be a part of the conversation. And WhatsApp is 0817 175 6338. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Please give me a call back. Before you call me up, make sure you turn down the volume on your radio set so that we can have a seamless conversation. Please turn down the volume on your radio set so that we can have a seamless conversation. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Oh dear, give me a call back. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Hello there. Oh dear, give me a call back. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Hello, are you there? I've picked your call, Lou.
Hello.
Hi, what's your name and location,
good
please?
Evening, Chairman. Good evening. I greet you, Mr. Amos Wike, my brother there.
He greets you too. What's your name and location, please?
My name is Mr. Chikeze. I'm coming from Ago.
All right, welcome to the conversation.
Coming from Ago.
Welcome.
Yes, I want to talk about the fuel scarcity.
Okay.
You know, if we are talking about fuel scarcity, everybody will remember that this particular government is built on lies. So there's no issue. Whether rain or water turned out, that is just their method. It's their pattern.
Hello, are you there? Hello? All right, give me a call back. I definitely want to hear from you. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Hello?
Welcome to the recap. What's your name and location, please?
Yeah, I am Mr. Polycarp, calling from my last one.
Welcome, Mr. Polycarp. You sound quite low. I don't know, maybe you can increase the volume on your...
Yeah. Are you hearing me now?
Yes, but it's still quite low.
Okay. In fact, I've been listening with keen interest. My thanks goes to Peter Anos, Anos Wike, and even you. I think you are hearing me.
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay. What I want to say is I thank the doggedness of Mr. Peter Anos Wike. And as a journalist, it's good for a journalist to protect his or her job. But we are looking forward for such a time we will have journalists who will bring politicians to book. Our problem in this country is that when journalists see what is wrong, they pretend as if they don't see. People say, I am telling you, more Christians are able. God will strengthen you. May God bless you. Thanks. That's all I want to say. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for your call. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to be a part of this conversation. Welcome to Recap. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Shoma.
What's your name and location, please?
Good evening, Mr. Anderson.
He can hear you. What's your name and location, please?
Okay, for real, I'm on with you.
Welcome, for real. Let's hear from you in a few minutes.
Yeah, I came across a video online how those bandits, how they kill a lot of people. I was so shocked. I equally got some message of some issue of banditry, killings, and the rest. You see, I'm just, in fact, I feel somehow. You see, what is still holding this our federal government with the so much money they get and with the so-called money they can borrow at will? You know what I mean? Why can't they just borrow money for security that they're going to tackle this bandit for once and for all? Many families have lost souls. The country have lost brain in this issue of banditry. Why are they doing like this now? If it's just one member of the isolated family that this happened to, how would they feel? Sure, understand me? And regard to what Peter is saying, what he has been saying in this station and what he has been saying today, you understand me? What he has been saying today amounts to over 90% of what people in this country, what is in their mind, what he's saying. So you can see, and politics is about numbers. So what he's saying overshadow every other person that doesn't believe in whatever he's not saying. And whatever he's saying that somebody is doubting or somebody is thinking the other way around, that person, I must have to tell you the truth, that person needs psychiatric evaluation. So why is it difficult? These same boundaries now have made hungry to increase, poverty to increase, and the president or the presidency want hungry to reduce, as they are saying. So why can't they tackle this thing once and for all? Why are they delaying this thing? Why are they delaying this thing? Why can't they borrow money? Let's forget about the fact that they use billions to buy car, they use billions to buy private jet or whatever. Okay, why can't they borrow money to empower this our security operative in this country to tackle these bad people that are killing, that are causing suffering in us? I mean, are they happy that this is going on? You see, so what they are pushing us to now, I don't know. They are pushing us to something that may end up being disastrous, which nobody wants. But my own take now, promise. Sorry to say, please, why is it difficult for them to get guard gates, even though we don't have money, for them to borrow money? That okay, let's solve this issue once and for all, at least to a minimal. Then this can be moving forward. Thank you, promise. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. My name is Chioma Innocent. I cannot think of where you got that name that you're calling from. My name is Chioma Innocent, and I'm your host. You not just bash me left and right. I would have cried, but I'm a strong girl. So Mr. Anosuke is here smiling because he's happy. Anytime you're supporting him like this, and you're not supporting me, he'll be very, very happy. So, but no wahala, no problem. God is on my side. I shall win. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Hello, are you there? Welcome to the recap. Good evening. All right, give me a call back, 0700 903 903 903. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and location, please?
This is Philip. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you doing?
I greet your guest.
He greets you too. Let's hear from you quickly. No. I just want to make a very short perspective.
Come again? Can you hear me?
Yeah, come again.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
So I just want to make a short break. I say, see, Peter Nosike just insulting people. I want him to just apologize to those people because agreement is to agree to disagree. So that is the argument is the agree to disagree. It's not about he should mind his word now. It's not like I'm even correcting what I did. But he should apologize to those people that he just insulted. It's not good for him. I'm his fan also, but what he's saying today, he just said everything before, but at last he just insulting people like that. He should apologize to those people. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for your call. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to be a part of the conversation. I can see your comments on YouTube. Do keep them coming. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Yeah.
Good evening. How are you doing today?
I'm okay.
Welcome. Let's hear from you in 2 minutes. Please keep it civil.
Okay, my duty to senior Anosuke.
He can hear you.
I want to start like this, Yoma. Anosuke ask you a question. If you see Tinubu on your dream, what will you do? I want to give my own
I'm
opinion.
the interviewer here. You don't get to ask me questions.
No, I'm giving
so
my
continue.
If him myself sleep and see him on my dream, I will do night vigil. Praying and casting.
No go like add fasting and prayer.
My secretary. I say I will do night vigil that night if I see him on my dream. I no go sleep again. But praying and casting I will do. So that something like that no go near my vicinity. That's one apart. Comparing Jonathan and him, comparing Jonathan and Tinubu is just like comparing they are saying that
meaning what?
You know the meaning?
What's the meaning?
You are comparing, they are not together. They are not the same thing. They are different this side. So please. And another thing again, I'm happy for Nigerians to receiving this insult from NNPC.
Why?
The management of NNPC.
Why?
He went to Saudi Arabia to go and pray for storm and rain to stop. And do you know what they are telling us, Shoma? They are telling us are new people. That is what is in our brain is dust, not grain. But we are telling them today, I'm telling them something today, that is them and only their followers who the packet inside that mediocre bus are the people who just made their brain. We are seeing all of them to be new people. You know why I call them new people? This is the demonstration of that crazy people where Fela talk. Look at it. Look at the way they are talking on. Today they enter for power. They are giving us excuse with rain and storm over scarcity. They should be sure about themselves and their generation following them. God bless you, my dear.
Thank you so much for your call. 0700 903 903 903. Thank you so much for holding on. Thank you so much for holding on. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
How you doing,
I'm very well. Thank you.
This is Obi from Ikeja to Abaranji. How you doing, Choma?
How did you get there? Please. Just keep it civil. Keep it civil. You hear me?
I'm civil.
Oh, yeah.
Abaranji is an insult. It's not an insult.
Go ahead with your opinion.
I don't think I greet you.
He greets you too.
Choma, you see, what Anosike said about what they call him, Goodluck Jonathan and the current president, you see, this is politics. People don't understand. Why the Northerners are clamoring for Jonathan?
Yeah, I'm calling from Ago.
Okay, welcome.
Yeah, for what Oga Peter Onosike is saying is very true. In this country, it's only who is saying the truth they will be against us. But he's saying the truth. I really support what he's saying. If I see Mr. Tinubu in my dream, I will take the blood of Jesus because it will be a bad day for me that day. I would not like to see him in my dream. I prefer to see P2V in my dream. Or good luck, or any other president. But Tinubu, I reject it in my life in the mighty name of Jesus.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Thank you for calling. 0700 903 903 903. We are not here to talk about dreams and their interpretations. Okay? We had 4 very strong topics today, and it's the topics I want you to talk about, not about Abaranje or who is living there or not about anybody's opinion. I need you to talk about the topics we discussed today. So let me remind you, in case you've forgotten, and all that you're thinking about now is Abaranje. Topic 1: rain, lightning, and thunderstorms caused petrol scarcity. This is according to the NNPCL's Vice President of Downstream, Dakbo Shegun. That was our very first topic. And then we went on to talk about Chief Edwin Clark saying that Wike must leave PDP for the party to survive. Meanwhile, earlier today, the PDP has said there is no evidence, no substantial proof of anti-party activities, and that's why they've not done anything to Wike. Then we also talked about a group of prominent political leaders, prominent politicians from the north, saying that they want to come together to convene a summit which will be named the League of Northern Democrats. And finally, we talked about the APC saying 10 Goodluck Jonathans cannot defeat Tinubu in 2027. So when you're calling me, please make sure that your anything you want to talk about is based on these 4 topics. Remember to keep it polite, keep it civil, don't use abusive or insulting words, and also remember to turn down the volume on your radio set. Please, I beg, Ejo, Biko, and thank you. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Oh dear, you might have to give me a call back. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to be a part of these conversation. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
What's your name and location, please?
Yeah, it's Tony Chukwudi.
Welcome, Tony. Where are you calling me from?
I'm calling from UK.
Welcome. Let's hear from you.
Mr. Nosike, good evening.
He can hear you.
Choma, there are 2 things that I know that you are the interviewer, but there is something, and I know you also, before you become an interviewer, you are a Nigerian. Now, there are things that all of us should know, or some of us from the south or southeast should know. Somebody from Spain just did mention it. These people are looking, I wanted to start from the north. These people that are looking for Jonathan, I'm not just looking for, it's not that they didn't see any other person from the south, whether from south, southwest, or southeast. It's just that they don't want to lose their own time. Because if any other person comes in there, that person might spend 8 years. So the north want somebody that they will put there, and after that 4 years, the person to go, then it will be the turn of the north. So if they wanted to look for somebody, they know there is other people who are better than also Jonathan. Jonathan is not the best person also. But because of time, they are going for Jonathan. Let us get those things clear. Now, coming to the election, that's Mr. Anosike.
You don't believe that they're asking him to come in because he's the best person for the job?
I said there are many other people who are better than Mr. Jonathan. You cannot tell me you watch football. Are you telling me that those that are playing in the national team are the best in Nigeria? They were opportune and lucky to be playing for Nigeria. Does not mean there are not others who are better than them. Okay, so that's the point that I'm going. Then coming to the issue of what do you call it, the petroleum subsidy and the Wike. See, everywhere in this country, even here in UK, party members can go and vote anybody they want to vote, but they keep quiet. Because when you start coming out talking rubbish against your party, then, and to a point that you voted, they will sanction that person. It's everywhere. So for somebody to say that Wike didn't do anti-party activity, that he just voted, or he supported, he did so many things wrong, you can't do it. The people that will learn this democracy or this politics from, they don't do it that way. If you do it, you leave. And anyway, before they will start doing it, they will always leave. They will no longer belong in that. But if somebody doesn't support what conservative is doing here, they will leave. Maybe it's either they stay independent and run for their own election or something. And that is the reason why. That's where Nigeria is supposed to change. So if you don't believe in what your party stands for or what they are doing, you can go and stand and run independent. If anybody votes you in, good and fine. Then coming to the issue of petroleum, that is the lighting and everything. Oh, what are we talking? Each truck has an 8th line there. And that's what I do. So I know it. So each tanker has an 8th line attached to it. Unless if Nigerian tanker doesn't have 8th line. I'm sure you know what I'm calling 8th line. When you build that, something that can, in houses, you see where they put thunder protector and put a pipe down there.
What you're trying to say is that the excuse of rain, of weather, just does not fly.
It doesn't go anywhere.
All right.
And it's even better when you load it and the weather is cool, because it cools the pressure inside the tanker. So that's another one. So I think I have the issue of the one they talk about the boundary. Somebody just said something here. I don't know. It's not in part of the thing you are talking. But Choma, if the whole money Nigerian government borrowed, if they have spent half of that money to fight this banditry, I'm sure by now they could have recovered that money, because things will be moving and the economy will be moving. People will be going out their business, doing business properly. Because those in the village cannot even make any money, because those in the town who normally comes home on a weekend cannot come back there and spend the money. So they themselves in the village is hitting them hard. And that's why you see many of Mr. Anosike can understand what many people in Lagos cannot even go to the village and spend the money because they are afraid. And what happens to those young boys and young men in the village? They are now easy to be convinced and join doing bad things.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you so much for your call. We need to hear from others at this point. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to be a part of these conversations. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Chioma.
What's your name and location, please?
Yeah, Mazi from Germany.
Welcome, Mazi. Let's hear from you in a few minutes.
Yeah. NNPC blaming thunderstorm and all this kind of thing, right? It's just typical Nigeria. Always blaming somebody, always blaming something. They will never take responsibility for their incompetency. They will never take responsibility for their ineptitude and incapability of doing anything. They are just blaming a storm. I've been here in Germany for 34 years. Germany has no single oil well. Yet there is no fuel scarcity in Germany. Even in winter, where sometimes we have -10, -20, you still have fuel. You can never queue for 5 minutes in Germany. You can never. And look at Nigeria that has everything, that has, the Nigeria that is OPEC member, 10th largest oil producing country in the whole world. Every day you hear people sleeping in the filling station just to buy few liters. And sometimes they will not even get it. Look at how much is a little fuel in Nigeria. Every day you hear increment. Immediately Russia and Ukraine started with this war. A liter went over almost to 2 euros. After a while, it came down. Now it's about €1.70, €1.60 something. The war is still there. So the issue is not. The issue is that those people who are managing NNPC, they are corrupt, they are incompetent, they are not supposed to be there for one day. Now you are talking about Tinubu, who is going to defeat Tinubu. If election in Nigeria is free and fair, anybody can defeat Tinubu, anybody, including yourself, because he has destroyed Nigeria completely. Everybody was against what people were praying. Oh, let Buhari go. But Buhari said one thing, that Nigerians are going to miss him when he's gone. Are you not missing the Buhari today? Because Tinubu has destroyed Nigeria finally. Honestly. Are you hearing me what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. So please, if there is any fair, free, and credible election today, anybody can defeat Tinubu. But unfortunately, in Nigeria, there is no free and fair election. Even when the British were there, the first election that was conducted in Nigeria was fraudulent. From then till now, there is no free and fair election in Nigeria. That's why even Buhari defeated Jonathan in 2015.
Okay.
General Buhari that truncated elected government of Shehu Shagari. 30 years later, he was brought back from Dawara and made a president of Nigeria. How he destroyed Nigeria. And look at now his friend Tinubu, what Tinubu is doing. Chioma, has Tinubu come back to Nigeria? Tinubu is in France, right? He came to sworn an acting CGN and then left immediately back to France. And Nigeria
he actually postponed his trip. I'll need
from UK who talked about stopping insecurity. Recently, the governor of Anambra State, about 10 days ago, Sonudo's daughter wedded at Abuja. That's the governor of Anambra State. Into Oka. So imagine now a governor, his daughter, going to Abuja to wed because Anambra is not safe. Then the senator representing Anambra Central, which is Oka itself, coming to Lagos for his daughter's wedding. These people, I'm sure, in their mind, they are not happy. They will have wished that this wedding would hold in their villages in Anambra. But because of insecurity, they don't want to tell stories about the welfare or what happened to their guests. So I agree with that man completely. If the money that they have been borrowing have been channeled to stopping insecurity, I would have supported it. Because once there's security in the country, development will start. Farmers will begin to go to their farms. This scarcity of food or high cost of food that we're having in this country would at least come down by 50%. Because while we're having a scarcity of food, hardship, or hunger is because of insecurity. But the money that they are borrowing, they are not channeling it towards security. They are not channeling that money towards security. Okay, Tinubu, we heard that he bought, according to Bayo Ononoga, the presidential jet that cost 100 billion naira. It has nothing to do with the security. Tinubu bought an Escalade, that's bulletproof Escalade, 1.5 billion. So they are just after themselves. But if they can channel 50% of the money that they are borrowing that to security and stop all these bandits, Boko Haram, and so on and so forth, farmers can simply go to their farm. Understand? And this suffering that Nigerians are going through as a result of scarcity of food will at least stop. So for me, I wonder if we are reading the different textbooks.
Okay, then you're listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM, 25 minutes before 6 p.m. We're now taking your calls to hear from you, to hear your opinions, your suggestions, and your ideas and everything which we have been discussing today. The number to call is 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to be a part of this conversation. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Hello.
Hi, what's your name and location, please?
Hello, Choma. My name is Neka.
Welcome.
I'm calling from Oshidi.
Welcome, Neka. It's great to hear from you. Please go right ahead.
Okay, Choma, can I go to Niger State to say something?
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, please agree with Mr. Mesike. Good evening, sir.
He hears you.
Okay, Choma, few days ago, some farmers, say around 15 farmers, were killed in Niger State. In the same Niger State, Choma, foreigners are mining gold there with securities. But if farmers are passing through the mining to go to their farms, they will be killed. This is just a question I want to answer. There's a question I want to ask, please. This is a state, not just a state of Babangida and Abdul Salam. That gold mining there, on whose interest are they mining it? In whose account are those money going to? Please, permit me to say this. I want President Salami Abdul to answer this question. What is he doing? Foreigners are mining gold in his state with bandits protecting them. And these bandits are killing Niger farmers. Please, I want Abu Salam to, because all these things that have been going around in Niger State, soldiers ambushed. He was a former military head of state. And they were, and these bandits we are killing his boys in his state. Abu Salam has not said anything. Why I did not bring BB into this question is that I think I don't think that he's looking around this time due to health issues. Let Abu Salam answer this question. Please.
Thank you, Neka.
All right, dear.
Thank you so much for your
have
call.
a nice day.
Surely appreciate it. Love to hear a woman's voice in programs like this. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to be part of these conversations. 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to be a part of these conversations. In a few short minutes, I'll be taking your messages on WhatsApp and your comments on our YouTube platforms. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Hello.
Good evening, Choma. How are you doing?
I'm very well. What's your name and location, please?
Yeah, this is Joseph from Madawi State.
Welcome, Joseph. Let's hear from you in a few minutes.
Okay, Choma. From what you are saying, I I know you are trying to defend your station and every other thing, but let us be realistic because we all are Nigerians and love Nigeria so much as you love it. I'm not saying you as somebody being a little bit biased. Like comparing Jonathan with Tinubu is no way to be compared. Like it's like where you are comparing Oti with governor Ibadan in Niger State. Everybody knows the truth. We are in this country. We have not the wreck APC have caused in this country. So there's no way you can compare Tinubu with Jonathan in anywhere, in any instances. Nothing. Tinubu does not come near anywhere. Even you are saying if we will do well before 2027, what is the antecedents? What is it? Where are we going? We keep getting worse. We businessmen, we are put out of business. Dollar was 500 before Tinubu came. It was around 100 something before Buhari came, before APC took over. What is dollar today? 1,620 naira. What is fuel today? Where is rice today? What is house rent today? Where will we start and where will we end? So this government has nothing to. There's nothing to write home about. There's no even hope. Where is our education system? Where is our health system? Where will we start and where will we end? Nothing. Even I love Nigeria so much. I'm happy to be in Nigeria. But if it's only in Nigeria, then go to Small Benin Republic. I've been in the Republic, I've been in Togo, it's only in Nigeria. You will see have police, have army. You yourself will still pay your security. Pay security only in Nigeria. All over the world. In Europe, you don't do that. It's only in Nigeria you will see, you pay your gate man, you pay your security, you pay your external security, you pay your community security in the same country. Oh, it's too bad.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your call.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. My final caller for the evening. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling me from, please?
Good evening, the most innocent woman. This is Remy. I'm calling you from London.
Welcome to the program, Remy. You're my final caller for the evening.
Hallelujah. You see, the interesting development in our country is concerning. And my biggest concern is that the ruling elite just consistently depicts that sense of I don't care. And I just wonder, when you messed up institutions, there's nothing else to lean on. As you guys have been recapping, now, Mrs. Kekeriakun is now your Chief Justice, right? This could have been a thing of delight that we have a female Chief Judge. But this delight has been mixed with allegations. Have they even cared? Did they really bother to probe those allegations? I really hope they will be matured enough to probe those allegations. At least let's just clear her. If you don't probe that allegation, you're doing her a disservice. It's even bad for her. Because we don't know if she was guilty. We don't know if she isn't. But the point here is this. When you probe that allegation, you'll be able to clear the air. Because now, if you are glad that we have a female Chief Justice, the sanity part of us is say, after all, she was a corrupt person. Lastly, Chairman, the interesting development with Joe Ajero, I'm so concerned.
Remy, we didn't talk about that today.
I know.
1 minute, please.
I just want to tie that with something. It's all boiled down to abuse of office and abuse of institution. The institution must make efforts for the people to trust them more. We are losing trust in them and they don't care. That will be consequential. NMPC on my mind. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Remy, for calling all the way from outside Nigeria. That's all the calls I can take today. Unfortunately, it's not time for me to take your comment on YouTube and your messages on our WhatsApp platform. Beginning from YouTube, eBay Kingsley Chinaza said, keep it up. Coded Siva said, hi Coded. eBay Kingsley Chinaza also says, Chema Innocent, I love you. Peter, thanks for your truth to power. Nobleman says 37 states by judiciary. Thank God. Mwogba says, Chema, you're very beautiful. Oh my God, I'm blushing. Favor Oba says, anyone supporting Tinubu is foolish. Mr. Peter, thank you very much. Thank God, Nwagba says, Chama, let me tell you, nothing good can ever come out of Tinubu government. Nigeria is not a state. Yes, it's a country. Lost Namadi says, close shop because Jagaban will rubbish him with INEC. Anakonwa Nosike says, Nigeria is finished. Please, Nigeria is not finished though. Nigeria will survive. Vitus Neji Onwugbo for Nigeria today is like a gangster's paradise. The state has been kidnapped, period. Lawson Amadi says, Mr. Kola, you can't queue for 2 minutes in gas station in Germany. 5 minutes is too much. Ojebe AK says, Tinubu didn't promise you any governance. He said it's his turn. Now he's upgrading his turn. Ifeanyi Victor says, that doesn't make Anambra State not to be safe. Ojebe AK says, where is Tunde Bakari now that Nigeria needed a savior very badly? I don't understand. You want Tunde Bakari to come and save you? How? From where to where? We're now moving on to WhatsApp. And on WhatsApp, I have... okay, good evening, Sister Chioma and Mr. Peter Anoske. It's obvious that Wike is a member of APC. He worked against PDP during presidential election. No one in his right senses will bite the hand that feeds him. The reason he acts like that is because no strong person in PDP can he try such in the days of Olusegun Obasanjo and the likes. There is a secret agenda in PDP that Wike knows. That is to say, if they sack him, he will expose the secret. This Mr. Wike is Mr. Nobody. Just that he found himself in the corridors of power. If he found himself in the corridor of power, is he really Mr. Nobody? Chairman of NNPC saying rain is the major cause of fuel scarcity is laughable. During the time of OBJ and good luck, do we hear such? We are not kids. This administration have nothing to offer. Prince Ayotek from Arena Market. Let them release Nnamdi Kanu. Ha ha ha. Shots fired at Peter Osifo Adeyemi. Kamaru staying inside Ijegun. Shots fired at... Please. That's not what we're talking about here. Ha ha ha. Choma and Peter Anoske always crack me up with their back and forth every Saturday. I don't do back and forth. All I do is ask questions and he tries to answer. Choma, don't worry, you will see Tinubu in your dream tonight for the next 7 days. I guarantee you in Jesus' name. I don't understand. What kind of prayer is this? And why are you praying for me? Do you know what I want? Yeah. If I see president in my dream, you expect me not to be happy. Peter Noske is my man, but in your engagement with him today, he's totally off guard. His analytical prowess is completely missing. He should be properly moderated, hence the sledgehammer of NBC may fall on VOP. Phil in Okota. Good evening, sister. My name is Chima Innocent. Most of the questions you're asking your guests, I've already know the answers. If you want to be sincere to yourself, before 2023 campaign started, both normal and abnormal human beings have already know the problems at hand. But this present government keep on complaining and they've not stopped. Can you listen to yourself mentioning items and donation for ordinary citizens to help the girl child ahead of October, which the government is supposed to be the one providing for our citizens? You are joking. How can you, an ordinary Nigerian, will continue to beg before we eat and take care of minor things? When we are tired of this APC government, we know the right thing to do. You didn't tell me your name though. Good evening, my big brother and sister Chioma. Nothing have changed in Abaranje and will never change. I stayed there. Everything is backward. That's why people can be talking in support of APC. He's looking for help. You never find it. God bless my brother for standing on the truth. Shebi, if you stay in Abaranje, that means you should know your place now. Go so that both of you can be talking about it there. Hi, Nigerian constitution gives so much power to the president. Tinubu will appoint INEC chairman who will work for his interests. He's already sworn in a new CJN who will ensure he wins at the Supreme Court. Even if he scores 0 at the polls, he'll be declared Supreme Court to follow. With what I'm seeing, no one can stop him except God. Jerry from Ikeja. Anyone thinking of winning Tinubu in 2027 is dreaming and should wake up from sleep. 2027 election is going to be a similitude of 2007 election. Onyekachi from Ekbeda. Good evening, VOP. Agreed the genius Mr. Nosike as per the outrage boast that 10 of Jonathan can win Tinubu is true. You may ask me how. Okay, as we speak, APC is already strategizing to defeat any candidate in 2027. The strategies are glaring, but most Nigerians are not sensitive to it. First, judiciary, legislature, INEC, allies. Secondly, autonomy given to local government is to retain, if possible, add other non-APC states to APC states, indiscriminate appointment of personal assistants and other aides, palliative strictly to members, temporal appointments to boost voting rate. Sixth, close to 2027, APC will temporarily ease tension on Nigerians. It will boost APC chances to win. Are you a prophet? Egege from Agege. Chama, greetings to you and Mr. Noske. For PDP to get it right and stand firm as an opposition, Wike must leave. Those supporting Wike to remain in PDP are sycophants. Jonathan should not venture to come back to contest again. He should maintain his own integrity and stay aside. Daniel from Ushodi. Okay, John from Ijaniki. Even Wike himself knows what he's been doing is anti-party. It would be a shame if the PDP refused to admit that. Did I just hear Noske say the president has gone back to France? Nigeria is in big trouble. John from Ijaniki says the truth is that APC knows fully well the North has abandoned Tinubu. The same North are the one trying to bring Jonathan. Remember, it was the North who brought Tinubu, so APC is afraid. Good evening. Okay. Good evening, it's Adeyemi Kamaru from Satellite Town, Lagos. Some people are making fun. Some people are making fun of the new CJN for being denied a US visa. At least she was not detained at London Heathrow Airport. She was not indicted by Pandora Papers for fraud. She has never been known to threaten religious war against those who don't share her faith. If what you have against Justice Kekere Ekun is that she was denied US visa, then that is not an act of corruption. Same Adeyemi from Kamaru from Satellite Town says, under PDP, many companies folded up, which are Kaduna Textiles, Iwokwin Paper Mills, Jeba Paper Mills, Napa privatized 1 million job lost, Oshogbo Steel Rolling Mill, Volkswagen of Nigeria, etc. and 38 million Nigerians lost their jobs under PDP. Good evening, Mr. Noske and Chioma. African rainfall isn't fetish, and NPCL should desist from demonizing Nigerian rain or lightning. Thunderstorm, rain or lightning given by NPCL as a reason for artificial fuel scarcity is ludicrous and incongruous. Sarcastically speaking, a record has been broken since the existence of the refineries, and it is unprecedented globally. If APC boasts that hundreds of Jonathan cannot defeat Tinubu, can they boast of delivery of what Jonathan was capable of, likened to Abiola rice, Abiola beans, Abiola yam in his 1 year of administration? Meanwhile, Nigerians frown at APC and Tinubu's governance and will move heaven and earth to end this chaotic, catastrophic, and me I no go talk that one. No, Chisco from Ijegun, Ijagemo, Jaga Road. Chama Innocent. So we call my full government name. The rain and thunderstorm that NNPC is using to give excuse is so disgraceful. The reason is because for many weeks there is no rain in many parts of Nigeria. So I don't know where they saw the rain and thunderstorm. Our leaders should understand that whatever they say today is being spoken into the ears of many people in the world because of technology. Nothing somebody will not hear from APC as an excuse for their failures, still making noise about winning 2027 general elections. Chinemere from Agbara. Choma, you have showed us that you are a real journalist, not an OAP. You're always objective and fair with the way you handle your program. Please continue with the good work. Your guests failed to call for suspension of other weakest group that supported Obi in last general election. People like former governor of Plateau, Benue, and governorship candidate of Nasarawa State. These people are all in weakest group. They give Peter Obi the highest votes in last general election, but they judge collapsed PDP structure in Lagos for Obi, like while others weaker group from different states. Even Senator Philip Adudu of PDP with all his supporters voted Obi in Abuja. Real PDP we never called for PDP for weaker suspension. Edwin Clark was doing so because of his kingsman Fubara Olu from Badagry. A very good evening to you. Good evening to you as well. Keep up the good work. I didn't want to comment, but I just want to correct something there. The person saying Nigerian government should borrow money to stop insecurity doesn't mean they don't know Nigerian government are the one. Celebrate from Egbeda Axis. Celebrate. Thank you for your message. Good evening, Chama. Comparing good luck to Tinubu is like comparing sleep and death. Edwin from Agege. Good evening, Chama. Okay, Innocent and Peter Noske, good job. Please, I've washed my hand off anything I have to do with Nigeria because of my mental health. Shama, please, you guys should work on your volume in the studio. KK Gold from Mafoluku. Thank you so much. We'll definitely put that into consideration. Shama, Tinubu is annoying me, no vex. Please tell him to resign if he can't, and have any formula to make Nigeria okay. If he does not have any formula to make Nigeria great again, I'm not happy with him. For real, no vex. Yeah, no vex. Thank you so very much for your message. Dayo from Fagba, you sent this message 10 times. Okay, this was since when? Dayo, your message is there. Good evening, Mr. Noske, my journalist of the year. Chama, please don't edit my message. Adebantu sang in his song, Loyalty na cash and carry, objection na mortuary. Everybody get agenda. And with their mercenary enterprise, you can't govern by lies, eye service, propaganda, and hypocrisy and expect it to prosper. It won't. It's glaring like daylight. And the foundation has brought this government to power is not free. Government has given a blank check. If you put an Agbero in the vault of central bank, you allow Agbero to run a multinational organization. The result is a nightmare. This is what you get when you have low-grade minds who are visionless and lack capacity. People who refuse to come for debate or interview, but they will rather bribe and corrupt institutions for their gain. It's a shame that the worst of us is ruling the best of us. Dayo from Fagba. Thank you for your message. And that is all we can take on the program today. It's time for me to go. Seven minutes before 6 p.m. And I want to thank you so much for being a part of the program today. Thank you so much for calling in. Thank you for watching on YouTube. Thank you for listening. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for your messages. Thank you for your comment. I cannot thank you enough for joining us on the program this evening. Now, I want to talk about International Day of the Girl Child again, like I did before. We are soliciting funds. We are also soliciting donations. We would like to go out and do something wonderful for the girl child on International Day of the Girl Child. That is on October 11th. If you are led, to contribute towards this initiative, please send a text message to 0905 516 7293. 0905 516 7293. All donations will definitely be acknowledged right here on radio. My name is Chioma Innocent. Mr. Peter Anoski, you want to say something before we have to go?
Support the girl child.
That's all. Thank you for lending your voice to the support of the girl child. Are you sure that's all that is in your mind? The way I'm looking at it is as if there are things on your mind that you want to say.
No, support. Nigerians should support the girl child.
You heard Mr. Peter Anoski. Send a text message to 0905 516 7293 and we'll tell you how to make your donations. My name is Chioma Innocent. You can find me on Instagram at _the radio girl. All of you guys come on Instagram and abuse me. Don't worry, I'm seeing you. You can find Mr. Peter Anoski on Instagram at Peter Anoski 77, on YouTube at Peter Anoski 782. Thank you for joining me. We'll do this again on Saturday. Until then, do the best you can to make Nigeria better in your own little way. Before we go, I want to talk about the Nigerian security situation. It is quite appalling that we have bandits on TikTok and other social media who are doing giveaway with ransom money that they collected from Nigerians who cannot save themselves. We will dig our own boreholes, we will tar our own roads, we will buy food at exorbitant prices, we will pay taxes, we will do all of these things and still be kidnapped. What is the reason? The Nigerian government, the Nigerian police force rather, came out today to tell us that, they arrested a whistleblower because he leaked classified documents. This person has been arrested since August 5 and we're just getting to hear about it. What is the reason? If you can trace whistleblowers, if you can trace journalists who are just doing their job and giving out information to the public, then you can definitely trace bandits who have their faces out there on TikTok doing giveaway. Please, if you cannot make food cheap, if you cannot provide water, if you cannot provide good roads for us, the least you can do is make sure that we are safe and secure in this country that we call home. All of us know fi run, all of us know fi japa. My name is Chioma Innocent. Do the best you can to make Nigeria better in your own little corner of the world. Have a good evening.